Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today and it ships today. You know, there's always a little hint of sadness in the air when the end of the U.S. Open rolls around. That's because amidst all the joy and glory of the season's final slam, tennis fans come face to face with the reality that the season is over. This year, that really will be extra tough because we will be losing 3 players that have brightened our lives as tennis fans for more than a decade. So let's make sure we say our goodbyes properly. We're going to start with Julien Benneteau from France, former world number 25. He made his ATP Tour debut back in 2001, and over the course of his 17-year career, he's won an Olympic medal in doubles, been a part of France's Davis Cup team in 2017, and reached 10 ATP finals. Benneteau also owns 18 top 10 wins, including 2 over Roger Federer. But you know, we can't accurately summarize what Benneteau meant to tennis and to all of his fans by simply regurgitating a list, because the Frenchman conducted his career with dignity and played with an immense joie de vivre that made him an emotionally compelling athlete. He was a special player, and that's why all of Paris was moved to tears when he reached the semifinals at last year's Paris Masters as a 36-year-old, earning 3 top 10 wins in the process. Also playing his last U.S. Open is Russia's Mikhail Youzhny. Like Benneteau, Youzhny had a way of captivating tennis fans, of engaging them, making them smile. But that isn't all the former world number 8 did for tennis. The Moscow native owns 10 ATP titles and is currently closing in on the ATP's 500-win club with 498 wins. He's as old school as they come, loves to come to the net to show off his wonderfully diverse game, and he was always a master on the grass, reaching the second week of Wimbledon 8 times. In fact, Youzhny was great on all surfaces. He reached at least the quarterfinals of all 4 majors, and he was great for his country when they needed him. The Russian played a massive role in his nation's 2002 Davis Cup triumph, clinching the decisive tie against France by beating Paul-Henri Mathieu. He also had a role in Russia's 2006 Davis Cup title. But like Benneteau, Youzhny will be missed a lot for his personality, for his passion for tennis, and for the way that he honored fans with his trademark salute after each victory. And last but not least, the U.S. Open says goodbye to the indefatigable David Ferrer of Spain, who plans to hang up his rackets sometime next spring. Ferrer, one of just 4 active players with 700 wins or more, and one of just 13 in ATP history to have crossed the 700-win mark, is the consummate fighter and a player that has consistently won over fans with his never-say-die mentality. Ferrer, simply put, was just so tough. Only 5'9", the Spaniard wasn't the biggest hitter or the biggest server, but he more than made up for that with his near-perfect ground game and his world-class physicality. One of the best clay courters to ever play the game. Ferrer owns 331 wins on clay to go with those 13 titles. But he was also the phenom on the hard court as well, where he reached at least the quarterfinals at hard court majors 9 times and reached the semis twice, each at the Australian Open and the U.S. Open. Ferrer never won a major title, but had he not played in an era where Rafa Nadal dominated the clay like no other, we're sure he would have. But no matter, because true tennis fans know what the fiery Spaniard meant to the sport and what he meant to the legendary Spanish Armada. Ferrer went 28-5 in Davis Cup and played an integral part in Spain's triumphs of 2008, 2009, and in 2011. So there you have it, 3 amazing ATP players all ready to play their last U.S. Open this year. We're going to be watching with our box of Kleenex handy as these 3 make one last foray on the hard courts of New York. Thanks for watching Tennis TV, everybody. We'll see you next time.